Welcome to my channel, the Psychic Soul Healing Channel. Laura Schwalm here with some guided messages with the Psychic Soul Healing Oracle deck. And today I was also called to pull from Rebecca Campbell's Starseed Oracle and my homemade messenger cards to get a little bit more insight. Now, this is a general reading, so if it doesn't fit, please don't force it. This is also a timeless reading, so when you happen to see it, regardless of the date posted, you were actually meant to hear it. Now, we are going to do a healing spread to help anyone who is stuck in a rut. Now, being stuck in a rut, we've all been familiar with. Often you feel the spark has gone out of things, whether it's your job or a relationship, the energy of passion and creativeness is stagnant, becomes stagnant or void completely. Now, before we get started, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment down below. Now, any information you guys need to know about me, the channel, about how to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or any other platform, or how to purchase any of my Psychic Soul Healing merchandise, all that goodness is actually down in the description box down below. Now, this is a 6-card spread, though I always like to pull a few oracle message cards in conjunction from time to time. So today, as I said, I was called to because I really wanted to get a little bit more insight, because a lot of my clients and a lot of people are complaining. They're saying, oh, I feel like I'm stuck in a rut. I feel like I can't see my way out of this situation, which feels like a rut. And a rut is just, again, a place where you just feel that blah. And when we feel that way, it's almost like we can't tap into the creative, intuitive mind. We can't open our third eye to see the situations and opportunities that are right in front of us. And we've lost the energy with inside of us. And again, when we're passionate about what we're doing, it means that we're interactive in life and we're interactive in opportunities, and we're able to see the situations that could be potential experiences for us to grow and to manifest other life experiences that we want to have, or whatever we need to manifest. Sometimes we are just looking for a job and we can't see that we're going to get a job. We feel like we're stuck in a rut within a job, meaning I don't have any other opportunities. So hopefully this reading will give us insight. Now, why I wanted to use Rebecca Campbell's Starseed cards is because they're more healing, again, the soul, and from an Akashic record standpoint. Meaning, if you came into this lifetime, incarnated in this lifetime with certain spiritual wounds, certain karmas that created those spiritual wounds that are still playing out. So sometimes these cards give us insight into deeper meanings of why that happens, or certain things that we can do to help us get us out of that pattern, or to clear those karmas. And I always like to use my homemade message cards, which go really well with my Psychic Soul Healing deck. Now, before I get started, I always like to clear the cards. So again, if you're sensitive to sound, please turn the volume down on your listening device, because this is very high pitched, it's very loud. And we use a high tuning fork, whether A or this one, I believe, is a B, and it is very loud, and it connects to our, third eye. It connects to the crown, and those two chakras connect to the higher realms, such as the astral level, which is of the mind, and the Godhead, which is part of where your descended masters live, your archangels, and your spirit guides. Now, I just wanted to share with everyone that the Psychic Soul Healing Oracle System comes with a workbook, and this workbook has a lot of different healing exercises in it that help us heal the shadow aspects of self. So you can actually see that in the front of the book, there is a lot of different oracle spreads. So if you wanted to heal family karma, if you wanted to heal certain things, such as if you wanted to heal the effects of psychological trauma, if you wanted to open up your heart chakra, if you wanted to heal past life karma, ancestral karma, inner child, again, and a lot more. So it's, again, you can pick it up on Amazon or by going to my website, pureenergyhealer.com, and it's Psychic Soul Healing Oracle System. Comes with this deck and that workbook. So now getting back to the spread, I wanted to say, again, this is a 6-card spread and it is the rut. We want to know, what is the rut? We want to know the cause of the rut. And we want to know where you would rather be, what needs to change, how to make those changes, any assistance and strength to draw from, and the end result. Curious to see what that is. And fantasizing. Ooh. Fantasizing, needy, deluded. Okay, so that was where the cause of the rut. What needs to change. And that was intrusive, just so that you guys saw. And assistance and strength to draw from. Let's see. Exquisiteness. The end result. Okay, let's go nature 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh boy, not gonna take all those. Being stubborn. Look at this one. Like they all went flying. Okay, so the rut. The rut could be that we're fantasizing a lot about what, we actually can do. Like, what's the rut? The rut is that I'm just, again, not doing anything. I'm just fantasizing, which is very common um, when we're not happy with something, we're bored. And when we're bored, that's when we fantasize, right? When we're not interactive with other people, we're not having fun, when the passion is gone from life, we tend to fantasize. It's part of a survival mechanism, believe it or not, for the emotional part of our brain, the limbic part of our brain, that needs to be fulfilled emotionally. So our brain automatically goes to this. Now, the cause of the rut is, well, maybe we're again a little delusional. We're a little bit delusional about what we can do, or again, maybe fantasizing, and maybe we're not taking action. If we're not taking action and we're not grounded, we're pretty much deluded, and we're crazy in thinking that we can manifest something that we're desiring, because we're not really acting on what it is that we want. Or maybe we're not, again, we're just not taking the proper steps. So again, we can manifest whatever we want as long as we take the proper steps, whether that's a relationship, whether that's a new job. You might need to go to school, you might need to learn a trade, but you have to become grounded. So deluded is a lot of times it comes from people that, again, are not really present, not really in the moment, not really in the here and now. Now it says, where would you rather be? And it's like needy. So needy tells me, you'd rather be in a relationship. You'd rather have some emotional comfort, which is a lot of times, if we're not fulfilled in life, we're looking for the fulfillment outside of ourselves. It says that in the Bible. It says don't look for things outside of yourself, because it says the kingdom of heaven's inside of you, right? So that means that if we're imagining what we want to do, and then we act on what we, again, are imagining, fantasizing, let's just say, and we fantasize that we want to manifest something. If we take action, we actually can manifest that. But the consequences of not manifesting a passionate life, a lot of times, is we get into the wrong relationship. We get into a codependent relationship because we're looking for something. We're looking for something outside. So now it says, what needs to change, right? Yes, that would be the fourth one. What needs to change? And that's intrusiveness. So a lot of times, if we are needy, we are going to be pushy, and intrusive is, and when you're using an oracle system, just for those of you that don't know, it's symbolization. So intrusive is not a positive energy. It's a very forceful energy. It's a very nervous energy. It's a very fearful energy. So what would need to change is fear on some level. It's kind of pushy instead of letting it just come to us. And again, if we become something by feeding our passions, and then we don't have to be intrusive, because what we're manifesting is what we're putting energy towards. And I can prove you that by the other cards, because the other cards that I pulled, the next one would be how to make the change. And this is exquisiteness. This is your unique individuality, baby. This is your creativity. This is your heaven on earth. How we create it is through our imagination. Okay? Because when that happens, there's synthesis. There is, like, again, a connection to everything. So when the student is right, the teacher appears. And why does that happen? Well, the universe brings you the people, the situations, the experiences. The universe is God, is the same thing as God, okay? Because God is ubiquitous, so God is the universe. So the universe brings you people, situations, and experiences that are going to change your mind and your heart about how you view yourself. So you won't need to fantasize. No, 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 darling, you will not. You will not be deluded. Okay? You will not be needy. And you will not have to be intrusive. Okay? When you tap into your unique individuality, your creativity, this is your exquisiteness. Okay? This is what the divine has given you that is individual from every single person on the planet. You may say, well, I do the same thing as so-and-so, but you don't do it the same way. Okay? You may look like someone, but you don't look exactly alike. There's no two fingerprints of a person, of an individual person that are the same. We're all different. Again, the same as we are different genetically, we are different through our exquisiteness. Again, so that's how you would change that. That's how you would get out of your rut. And why? Because when we're in our passion and our exquisiteness, we're seeing the signs and the symbols and the experiences, and the end result is honor. Okay, the end result is honor, meaning you're honoring yourself because you're honoring the divinity in self, because it is the God in self that allows us to manifest. Again, God made you in His image in order for you to manifest. Okay, manifest what? Well, to give and receive of your free will, which is whatever you love, whatever your passion is. Christ died for your passion for life. So again, when we honor our true sense self, the higher self, the heart part of ourself, our truth, well, then we are in our exquisiteness. I almost hate to have to pull other cards, but I was told to, and possibly because the first part of this reading, again, the energy was negative. It was like you were in a rut. So saying that you might have been walking around with this rut for a long time. So let's just see. Well, you're just going to pull one card from each to see, because like I said, this was a pretty self-explanatory reading, but to get a little bit more insight, just to see why we were carrying that energy. We're going to pull from the middle. Spirit is telling me to just pull from the middle. Whoop, okay. The void. Stop. Embrace. Embrace the winter. Great cosmic womb. So the void represents the void, which is the nothingness, because it's through the nothingness that we get intuitive guidance, okay? Through the great Mother Earth, again, the womb of great cosmicness is what I was talking about. That universe is God, that universe is ubiquitous. So saying like, be still. Don't be manic. Don't get nervous. Be still. In order to get out of a rut, tap in to your intuition. And if you feel like you cannot get any divine insight from that, let's see what it's saying, because that's really what it's saying. It's saying, that whenever you get stuck in a rut, there's fear. And that could be just how you deal with stress, how you deal with a spiritual block. And that's okay. But understand we can't come from a place of creative vision, intuitive mind that's going to give you divine guidance. Because only in the now does God give you divine guidance through gut intuition and inner knowing. You're not going to be able to get that, okay? You're not going to be able to get that if you're fearful. So what Spirit is saying, and that's why he said, use this deck, because I said, that was pretty my self-explanatory. Why would you tell me to bring all these decks? And Spirit said, that's why. Because this is the main cause of why most of these people can't tap into their, again, their own passion, their own uniqueness, their own exquisiteness, is because they haven't been able to find themselves. And that comes first through our intuition guiding us to what we think that we would enjoy, to again find our passion again, because that's how we maintain a high vibration. That's how we draw money to us. Again, money has no energy except for the energy you give it. So if you're having a great time and you're passionate in what it is that you do, you're going to make money. You're going to become a high vibration. It's just what it is, peeps. Okay. It's just what it is. Now, let's pull, I said one, but if 10 fall out, now hopefully not 10, but if more than one comes out, I will honor it, because it just means that Spirit is saying, no, no, no. Oh, see what it did? Sneaky, sneaky. But this one was already, was. So let's just see this. Time is so on your side. So some of you out there feel like time is, in essence, like that time is a problem. That time, like you're behind schedule. And there's no such thing. There's no such thing. It's again, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. If you're hearing this message now, is when you were supposed to hear it. Is a lot of times in our mind, in our ego mind, we're like, no, I wanted it now, or it should have been done this way. But really, when we're trying to manifest something passionate, we can't have that energy. We have to have the energy of, if it happens, it happens. Everything's in divine order. It's supposed to happen when it happens. It's our own ego. And there's a lot of times it's because it brings up a lot of wounds from the past, maybe abandonment. Maybe we felt that something was supposed to play out a certain way, or we felt that we were supposed to get married by this age, get that job by that age. Again, God's saying no, time is on your side. If you can imagine it, you can create it. Get out of your head. The problem of believing that there's something wrong is actually what's creating this. Now let's see what's behind this card, because again, that was crazy. But like I said, I'm not the greatest shuffler, but I don't pretend to be. And it doesn't matter, because again, whatever was supposed to fall out is what Spirit says is supposed to fall out. Everything is in divine order. We are all in resonance, and energy is energy. Confusion. So you again, if you're in the sense of I'm not on time, I'm not in this energy, then I am definitely going to be in confusion, because confusion comes from fear. It's anxiety. Anxiety is, what am I supposed to be doing? Where am I supposed to be looking? And God says, only in the now do I give you divine guidance. Life is a co-creation process, okay? We're not just supposed to be driving the car by ourselves. The term Jesus take the wheel actually means that God is taking the wheel. Now, if you don't believe in God and you believe in another spiritual entity that is going to take the wheel, then go right ahead. Then that's but it needs to be a higher self. Otherwise, we tend to look at things from a very physical, limited perception, which brings so much confusion, because it's what I see is what I know, is just what I've lived. And that's just the facts. But the spiritual world is not the facts. It's what I feel. It's based on love. It's based on miracles, which that there was no room for that if confusion is there. So we have to come from to a place of surrender is what we're saying. I'm just going to pull one more just for kicks because I'm being called to. Um, because I'm like, I don't like leaving off on that energy. So what are we supposed to do about that? I mean, I'm not suggesting that you're going to tell me, but I'm just being called. So let's just see. My guess is as good as yours is what the card's gonna, what I'm gonna be told. Right, I'm just gonna pull. I'm being told to pull it from the middle. Okay, emotional whirlwind. So it's again, when we have confusion, there is tends to be a lot of anxiety. But when in this content, I kind of feel like if we're in exquisiteness, it does bring up a lot of emotional whirlwind when we're clearing confusion. But confusion can definitely create an emotional whirlwind within us, which would again bring us back to tapping in to our own intuition, our own quietness, our own sense of self by doing meditation, whether that's mindful meditation, whether that's walking meditation. Because when we quiet the mind, it's not so much that you might get your intuitive guidance then, but it trains you what it feels like outside your practice, outside your meditation practice, what it feels like to get into that comfortable state so you can receive more guidance. Because when you're interactive in life is when you're going to want to call on this. That's when you're going to be called. Again, I said when the student is ready, the teacher appears, right? And that means if we're feeding our passions, or if we're trying to find what we're passionate about, believe me, if you're interactive in life and you've practiced meditation and you're in the moment, you are going to be called because of this. The universe always provides. The universe always falls in love with a stubborn heart. And again, God, Jesus died for your passion for life. And in every spiritual doctrine, the promises of the universe are ours. I want to thank everyone for listening and tuning in. And if you haven't done so, please hit that subscribe button. I want to hit 1,000 likes so I can build my community here on YouTube. Thank you. And until next time, see you later.